All right, so today is my Cardinals versus Saints Week 1 preview and prediction for Sunday's game. 12 o'clock kickoff at the Caesars Superdome. Saints are the home team. Cardinals are the visiting team. First game of the season, and the Saints are going to be without defensive end, edge rusher Chase Young, and guard Trevor Penning. Both players are out with injuries. Um, Chase Young suffered a calf injury in, I believe, Wednesday's practice. And Trevor Penning has been dealing with, the foot injury since training camp. So that not having Chase Young is going to be huge. Trevor Penning as well, because a lot of people, including myself, want to see what Trevor Penning will look like as a guard, playing the position of guard in Kellen Moore's scheme. We won't be getting that this week, and possibly not next week either. That's for Chase Young. When he put the schedule out, and they showed that the Saints were going to be playing the Cardinals this Sunday, I felt as though that was a bad matchup for the Saints, anyways, because of the elements that they present. Mobile quarterback, something that the Saints have always struggled with over the years. A really good tight end, they've struggled with that forever. Running game, they've struggled to stop the run over the last 2 seasons. I felt as though that was a bad matchup for the Saints. But now that you don't have Chase Young out there, that makes things even worse, in my opinion. It does. But it's the NFL, and anything can happen. As we saw yesterday with the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions. A lot of people felt as though the Eagles would go out there and blow out the Cowboys on opening night. The game turned out to be a 4-point matchup. Especially given the circumstances, I felt as though Dallas was impressive. Without Michael Parsons. Could that be the same for the Saints in this matchup, where the circumstances show that the Saints might lose this game? But I think it could be closer than what you expect. You got Kellen Moore coming out there, his debut as a head coach in the regular season. A new system that nobody has seen yet. We don't have a clue what it's going to look like. We don't know what Brandon Staley's going to bring in regards to defending Kyler Murray in this matchup. We really don't know till we see it on the field without Chase Young. So I still think the Saints are going to play hard in this game. And you can trip up Kyler Murray. You really can. He's a quarterback that could look good for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then after that, it's mediocre like quarterback play for the next couple of games. Then he picks it back up. Then he falls down again. You may get that type of Kyler Murray tomorrow. You may get, not tomorrow, but Sunday. You might get a bad Kyler Murray. But he has some weapons around him that can really hurt the Saints. Number one, he has the running back, James Conner, had a 1,000-yard season last year. Tight end Trey McBride had a really good season as a tight end. Got paid in the offseason. Marvin Harrison Jr., son of NFL Hall of Famer Marvin Harrison Sr. They're expecting some big things out of him this upcoming year. Saints are going to be tasked with defending those players. With defending Marvin Harrison Sr. Alontae Taylor is expected to play in this game. Most likely it's going to be on the slot. So it's going to be either Kool-Aid McKinstry defending Marvin Harrison Sr. or the player that came over from the 49ers last year. Who played with the 49ers last season, who played with the Saints the season prior to that. So that could be a tough matchup. So keys to victory in this game, man, for the Saints. Number one is going to be Kyler Murray. stopping Kyler Murray. Stopping Kyler Murray, taking away that running game. I think if you take away that running game in Kyler Murray, they can get up. They can probably win this game. Force Kyler Murray into throwing some interceptions in this game. Get the Saints, get you in some get in good field position to win this game, to score points. You may win this game. You may have a close ball game. You know, Isaac Yiadom. That's what I'm talking about. Cornerback Isaac Yiadom. Either one of those guys will be defending Marvin Harrison Jr. You know. Second, neutralize the tight end, man. Neutralize Trey McBride in this game. Can this team? Will this team? Can the Saints finally defend the tight end? And on top of that, can they defend? Can they successfully defend a really good tight end? Because they have not been able to do that since Malcolm Jenkins left the team. Players that was able to stop tight ends like that, Malcolm Jenkins. You know, can they do that? Number 3, I would say Spencer Rattler. How Spencer Rattler is going to move this offense. Keys to victory. That's a main key to victory right there. Spencer Rattler's productivity with this offense. Are we going to get a dink and dunk type attack? Are we going to get an offense where we set up the run and hit you with the pass later down the stretch? Those are the things I'm looking at for this game. You know? But I think, to me, it's going to be closer than what people think. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Saints do come out there inspired to win this game over the Arizona Cardinals. But I have them losing this game by a touchdown. I have the Saints losing by 7 points. I got them losing. I got the Cardinals winning 27-20 over the Saints. And, you know, they'll go from there. But I will be to look for in this game. I know a lot of people I know there's a lot of people out there that want the Saints to win this game, regardless of how you view it. I know we're going into a rebuild, but people want to see the Saints win this game. But look at how this team plays under Kellen Moore, how they respond to Kellen Moore. You know, are we going to see a repeat of what we saw last year under Dennis Allen, where they don't want to tackle, they're giving up big plays. It takes them, 3 full quarters to get locked in and come back and win the game. Or are you going to see the same team you saw from the first quarter, from the first half to the second half? Or is it going to take them a while to get locked in? Because that was a common theme under Dennis Allen, that the Saints showed up in these games not unprepared, not prepared to play. And it would take them at least 3 full quarters to get things going. And that's how they lost a lot of games that they should have won. And that's when people were healthy. So that's what you need. That's what, in my opinion, that's what folks need to be looking out for. Does this team still have those bad habits under Dennis Allen? And I know they've made a recent purge of certain players and all that. Certain players are no longer with this team. But you still got players that have been with this team for over several years are still on this roster. And they were there when the unacceptable play occurred under Dennis Allen. So that's what I'm focused on in this matchup. But overall, man, I think Saints fight a hard-fought battle against the Cardinals, but they come up short by a score of 27-20. So let me know how you feel in the comment section below on how the New Orleans Saints will perform in Sunday's matchup against the Cardinals. Please, peace, I'm out.